This is Brad Clayton with the PuzzleDuck Golf Thought of the Month. I had a very pleasant interruption in time with my daughter coming home for a month, so I didn't quite get to the thought in July. So I'm going to combine two thoughts tonight and have a July thought and an August thought. The first one we're going to talk about is to lift or not to lift. Very simply, to lift or not to lift your forward heel in your golf swing, in your backswing. Many people will let their left foot or their forward foot come up off the ground. So if you'll watch my left one or my forward foot here, as I swing back, lots of people like to let that heel come up off the ground. That's okay as long as it goes right back into the same place. That's not the easiest thing to do. Jack Nicklaus actually used to do that, and a swing key for him was to put it back in the same place to start his downswing. I personally like to keep mine much more on the ground and more connected. If your foot comes off the ground or your heel comes off the ground an inch or half an inch, not so bad. That's okay to help if you're not flexible especially. But ideally, as you swing back, we like to keep that foot a little more anchored so you don't have a lot of lift or opportunity to get out of place in the backswing. If you keep it down and let your turn be relative to your flexibility, it's going to typically be plenty in the backswing. We don't really need a whole lot of this. A little bit's okay, but a tendency when the heel comes off the ground is to spin forward. And the foot spins out, you're going to tend to come out, down, and across the golf ball. So ideally, we're going to keep that left or that forward heel more on the ground, swing back so that we can use the ground and stay connected with the ground. So to lift or not to lift, I say it's okay if you do a little bit, but it has to go back in the same spot. Ideally, you're going to keep that heel more connected in the ground. Now make sure when you do that, you still let your weight transfer into the back as you turn to your right leg, but we just don't want to have a whole lot of this stuff. So again, keep that left foot or that forward foot connected, turn into that back leg so you can push back into that forward leg. A little bit of lift is okay, but let's not get carried away with it. And if it does come off the ground, it has to go straight back to where it came from. Number two, for August, the August thought of the month, we're going to talk about to tee or not to tee. When you get to a par 3, do you tee your golf ball up or do you just throw it down on the ground? I personally say, if they give you the opportunity to tee up a golf ball, tee that thing up. There's a reason why you can't tee it up. I may actually need a golf ball. If they give you a chance to tee it up, tee that thing up. They don't give you an option to do that except on the teeing area. If it wasn't an advantage, they'd let you tee it up everywhere. So tee your golf ball up, even on par 3s. If you're going to tee it up for an iron, I'm going to do it this way so you can see. You're going to put that ball down, and it's not a lot, but you're going to put it so that about the center of the golf ball comes to the center of your iron face, somewhere in this neighborhood. So if they give you that option, do so. Take advantage of it. There are occasions when you might not want to if you're an advanced player, but for the most part, when they give you the option to tee the ball up, take advantage and do that. Any questions you may have, please feel free to email me at puzzleduckgolf@gmail.com. Feel free to do that. I always love the feedback to suggest for the next month, which is September, for crying out loud. I can't believe we're already almost in September. Time is flying by. I always say that, it seems like, but coming up on my favorite time of the year, fall, which I'm obviously going to be saying that again probably next month as well. But really beautiful night tonight as well. But if you have any questions, again, feel free to send them to puzzleduckgolf@gmail.com, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the September PuzzleDuck Golf Thought of the Month.